Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be making a cookie cake for my nephew's birthday. Now, let me start by saying I have made multiple birthday cakes. I'm going to put them on the screen, and also I think a cake for fun. And I've been really improving on my skills of using buttercream. I've never baked a cookie cake, and I'm thinking it's about time. I see so many cookie cake videos on my TikTok For You page, and they're so fun, and I really don't think it would be that difficult. I am using a homemade cookie recipe. I think it's just like the Nestle one, but the decorating, I'm gonna make a Pokemon. I'm gonna put it right here. I believe their name is Mew. It's really kind of cute, but I'm not quite sure how my drawing skills are gonna be. Anyway, it's currently Friday night, and I think I'm gonna bake the cookie tonight and then decorate it tomorrow. So you're gonna come with me. First though, I need to get into some more comfy clothes. So when you see me, there's gonna be an outfit change. Okay, let's go. I was being quiet at first. I'll end up talking in a little bit. Don't you worry. But I started out by making the cookie dough using butter, brown sugar. I think that's normally the wet ingredients. I also softened the butter because someone I watched said to do that. And also it's much easier to mix that way. I think most people would know that, yeah? I did half a cup of brown sugar and half a cup of regular sugar because someone said that makes it less sweet since there's buttercream on it.
Let's get started.
Woo! 2. I washed my hands, don't worry. Don't look at the background, that's rude. Vanilla. You're about to hear me singing some Renee rap badly. Prepare yourself.
Leave me alone. I wanna have fun.
It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake. What if the way is it? Okay, never use a messy recipe. I'm hoping this is enough flour because I have some new stuff, but it hasn't been in the freezer very long, and I don't know, but I'll break into it if I have to. It'll be okay. It's 1, 2, and do a little extra because I feel like I was a little under on the others. Now I'm going to do a half a teaspoon of baking soda and salt each. First salt. That looks about right. Baking soda and baking powder is so confusing to me. Like, what's the difference? Just kidding. I know there's a difference. That's okay. Don't get all mad. I'm just joshing around. And half a teaspoon. Now I'm gonna mix by hand because someone I saw on TikTok said they mix it by hand when they add the dry ingredients. This looks awfully dry. It's okay. I guess cookie dough will be a lot drier than that. Here's what it's looking like. I'll speed this up. Mix it all together and you know that it's the best of both worlds. Guys, I think it's looking good. Now we're just gonna fold in the chocolate chips. I got these chunks because I thought it sounded more fun. 2 cups. I am using the same cup the flour was in, but it'll be okay. Don't you worry. 1. It also didn't say milk chocolate or semi-sweet, but I feel like I've always done chocolate chip cookies with semi-sweet, so 2. There's just a little bit left. I don't want to waste it. Okay, and again, I'm going to fold them in. Smells delicious. I have not made homemade chocolate chip cookies in so long. This looks incredible. Okay, here's the thing. I bought this 12-inch pan. I've cleaned it and I put butter in it. I'm hoping this is a good size. I feel like the only circle pan I have otherwise is a pizza pan and it's huge. So I think I'm gonna do this because I don't really want to do square. But if I'm putting the dough in and I think it's gonna be way too thick, then I might do 2, which means I'll have to cook it once, bake it once, and then bake the other half. But let's see. I'm also going to use parchment paper to push it down and flatten it because that's what I've seen all the professionals do. Oh my gosh. This is hard to get out of here. I think it'll be okay. Let me get this in. Okay, I think this will be fine to do one, so I'm going to push it down. Okay, that looks incredible. Okay, the recipe I looked at, she said she does 15 to 16 minutes. I think this might be thicker, so I'm going to start with 16, but I might have to end up doing 5 to 10 more minutes. I don't really know. We're just gonna see, but I'll come back when it's done cooking, I guess. Baking, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna clean up all that's in the oven. I'll see you later. Okay, I'm back. I probably ended up baking that for like 40 minutes. I don't know. I think it's a lot thicker than I expected, but it looks good. Ooh. So I'm gonna let it cool off for like 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'll probably flip it over on a rack. Okay, so it is pretty thick, but it looks so good. And I'll see you tomorrow to decorate it. Okay. It's the next day in these clips. A lot of people were in and out, like my parents cooking things and my nieces and my nephew, so I didn't really talk in most of these clips, so you'll just hear a voiceover. I got out my buttercream recipe that I have in my file book, and also I printed out the picture to see how it would fit on the cake, and I like the size of it. But the buttercream calls for 2 sticks of butter softened, so you just leave it out the night before. That's what I do. And then after you add the 2 sticks of softened butter, you add 2 cups of powdered sugar, mix it, add 2 more cups of powdered sugar, vanilla, salt, mix it, and then I think finally you add heavy whipping cream, and you can always adjust these things to get it to your liking. I had a different recipe that I followed from someone before, and I think it used 6 sticks of butter, but it was like sickly sweet, so I enjoy this one much better. Also, when I'm making a cake, normally I use 2 box cakes, and so I double the recipe for the buttercream because I need about that much. For this, I assumed I would only need 1, and I ended up only needing like half of the buttercream I made, so I think if I make a cookie cake again and it's just like a singular layer one, I will half the recipe, and if I'm doing it where it's double layered and there's frosting in between, then I will keep it as the normal recipe, if that makes sense. I also find that this buttercream is really easy to pipe with. I did find out last time I made a cake that it definitely helps if you put it in the fridge a bit before piping, because after doing all of the mixing and holding them for a long period of time, they get really melty and then they just don't hold the piping well. It just becomes kind of like limp and weak and ugly. So I definitely try to put it in the fridge before I pipe with it, but not too long because then it gets too hard. It's really like a balancing act. I've really been enjoying making cakes. I definitely want to see if I have any friends who like want me to make them one for fun for their birthday, because that would be a good way to get in more experience. But also, I've seen some things on TikTok about a non-profit called Cakes for Kids. But I don't think there's that in Iowa. I tried to find it, so I might do research and see if there's another nonprofit like that where I could make cakes for people, because I feel like that'd be really fun. And also it's another way to practice my skills and gives me like something to make a cake for, rather than just making a cake and it going to waste, because I don't need to be making cake all the time, you know? Anyway, now I'm separating all the buttercream into different dishes. I tried to figure out what colors I would like and how many colors I would like. I decided to go with these. I had one color for the base of Mew and then another color for the shadow of Mew, black for the outline of Mew, and also some writing. And then I decided to add a purple and a blue because my brother is a Pokemon expert, and obviously his son is as well, hence why he wanted this on his birthday cake. And he was telling me that Mew often has like a galaxy behind it and like there's bubbles and stuff, so I was trying to emulate that vibe. Here's our colors. And colors that I thought just went well with the pink, because he requested Mew and cookie cake. Bags. And I'm going to help you change out the tip. Put the frosting in cling wrap and then put it in the piping bag. I tried to leave in some of the sound on the clips where I could, so you can get a little ASMR moment in the background, but some of the clips people were just talking, so I silenced them. I wasn't too nervous for the piping of the actual border, but I was pretty nervous for Mew. I did this twice now where I've traced on like plastic wrap and then transferred it. I did it with a Hello Kitty one and Scream or Ghostface, and it definitely went maybe better those times. This time it was pretty hard because I actually did the outline first, but the tail was so tiny it made it almost impossible to do the outline. That was me saying I was scared, by the way, to do said outline. I couldn't really film myself, so I just gave you a couple updates. It looks bad there, I know, but it looks better when I transfer it. Still not perfect, but I do think it looks okay. And if you ever want to do a cake with a character, I really highly recommend doing the transfer method because it helps so much. I mean, it would not be nearly this good, and it's not great, but it wouldn't be this good if I didn't do the transfer method. You just put plastic wrap over the picture. You can do it on an iPad, you can print it out, whatever works for you, and then you use the buttercream to trace it. Usually I start with the outline if it has one, and then fill it in however you think you need to, and then once it's done, put it in the freezer for like 10 minutes. When it's nice and cold, take it out of the freezer, put it on, push it down, put the whole thing like with the cake in the fridge again for about 10 minutes, and then take it out and peel it off, and it should be pretty good. As for the border, I just picked some tips that I thought would look cute, but also some I've seen people use on TikTok when they do like borders on cookie cake. I've seen a lot of people do the ones with big flowers, but I just didn't think it was the vibe for this kind of cookie cake. But I feel like I did pretty good with the piping. There is one spot, if you can notice it, where it was uneven, and so I had to add an extra dot, but it still didn't make any colors touching, and I still think it looks okay, so it doesn't really matter. It wasn't perfect, but I still think it looks pretty good. And my nephew really liked it. Again, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. I'm pretty proud of myself with the writing too. I did some of the tracing where I did one color on top of another, and that's the best writing I've done so far. honestly. And then I had a lot of blank space. That's why I decided to add those little dots and then the pearls, because I kind of thought that could kind of emulate the bubble vibe that my brother was telling me about. And then again, I had so much buttercream left over and I had room around it on the cake board, so I decided to add more dots. Then I added a little glitter because my nephew said he would like that, and I thought it made it sparkly and fun. And it turned out pretty cute, if I do have to say so myself. Hey, I'm editing the video right now and realized I forgot to film an ending, so I'm just gonna say thank you for watching. I think the cookie cake turned out pretty good. Taste-wise, I feel like I need to make it thinner because the texture wasn't quite right, but the piping looked really good. Hate to say it, but I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for 200 subscribers, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!